advocates for recreational marijuana in Ohio want users to be able to grow some of their plants at home. Just one of the stories you'll find in today's Capital Letter from cleveland.com. And here to talk more about it is Laura Hancock with cleveland.com. Laura, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We are finally getting a look at the language for the constitutional amendment for recreational marijuana. And one of the things that the advocates are backing is this idea of growing plants at home.
Yes, to the backers of the amendment, it is all about access to marijuana. They believe the state in the medical marijuana program did botch access, and so they believe that people being able to do home grow would be a way to increase access.
What are the caveats, though? Because you know there's got to be some restrictions here.
Yes, you need to have it in a locked, enclosed space, obviously indoors, and you can't have any plants for sale.
One of the things that is very important this year is the census. We're hearing a lot of people that are trying to get the word out, making sure that everyone participates. So that means that people are particularly susceptible to any kind of an ad or anything like that. So you guys did some reporting last month that showed that there were mailings going out for a congressional district census, and it turns out that this was actually a Republican-backed initiative that's now made its way to social media.
Yes, and Facebook has announced that they are removing those ads, the electronic version of that Trump-backed census, which isn't really a census, but just kind of getting some demographic information and also asking people to donate. The U.S. Census, they are very concerned that any of this kind of stuff is going to get in the way of people actually filling out the legitimate census.
And these mailings went out ahead of the actual mailings that the Census Bureau sends out.
Right, which are going out later this month.
What about any particular potential for legal action, whether it be a lawsuit or something like that? Are people crying foul here?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of organized groups in Washington who have in the past done lawsuits over things like this. They are criticizing it, so we'll see.
Lastly, Rob Portman, who sort of has this reputation of being above the political fray, has indicated that he may support subpoenas for Ukrainian business BURISMA and also for former Vice President Joe Biden's son Hunter, who of course has had some controversy after having been on its board. What's his reasoning behind all of this?
He says that it's important to have more information, that the information needs to be out there and transparent. And if you contrast that to the actual impeachment, there were 17 witnesses that were available through video. There were lots of documents for senators to read. So he doesn't see a conflict in rejecting subpoenas for impeachment, but then possibly voting for subpoenas for the Ukrainian situation.
But this is so uncharacteristic of him. And even Republicans like Mitt Romney are questioning the timing of this particular Senate investigation, recognizing that Biden now appears to be the front runner and will likely win the nomination.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience covering the state legislature, I think that politicians have a lot more power to say no to the leadership in their party and kind of strike their own path for what's best for their district. I think at the federal level, it's harder to say no to leadership. It affects a lot of leadership positions that you can have. So I think it's harder to resist that.
And does it help having someone like Portman sign on to this, because he's generally considered to be a very of a good moral character, that kind of thing? Having him say, yeah, I'm going to support this, does that give the investigation a little bit more legitimacy?
Yes, it gives it a lot more credibility, and it also provides an easy out for some Republicans who are going to be vulnerable in November to vote no for the subpoenas.
Laura Hancock with cleveland.com. Laura, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Be one of the first to know. If you want the Capital Letter delivered to your inbox, simply go to cleveland.com/Capital Letter.